So in this video, we're not really talking about ChatGPT, but rather we're talking about SEO and SEO content. Now, ChatGPT is really great at creating copy, which is text that sells goods and services. And essentially the main way that copy helps sell goods and services is people read copy and it convinces them to buy, or Google what called indexes, which is reads the copy on your website and is able to determine what your website is about. And then when people search for terms related to your website, Google will offer them your website. And essentially, someone hitting your website, that's the first step towards them making a purchase. And so I think a good understanding of SEO, which, I'll just ask ChatGPT, what is SEO? SEO, or search engine optimization, is the practice of improving the ranking of a website on search engines like Google. It is the process of optimizing the website and its content so that it is more easily discoverable by search engines and therefore more likely to appear at the top of search engine results pages. Now, a search engine results page is whenever I go into Google and I type in something like running shoes, this is a search engine results page. Um, and of course, the first things that come up are Runner's World, the best running shoes of 2022. Nike, big brands will typically show up for like big search terms. REI shows up with an article on the best running shoes, REI. Runner's World again. Now, finally, we're getting to YouTube. Uh, Under Armour, Nike, these big brands, Brooks, they're the ones showing up for running shoes. If I were to type in basketball shoes, I'd expect results more in the realm of, that's right, Nike, Dick's Sporting Goods, Foot Locker, Finish Line, Hibbett. Yes, and it's showing us Under Armour products, Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas. They have great SEO, great search engine results pages, and do a lot of business off of these really high value search terms. Now, there's a tool that I use called SEMrush, and I highly recommend anyone who is serious about being a professional in GPT and in creating copy to get really familiar with SEMrush. They have a phenomenal beginner's course. It's a few hours. I highly recommend you take it after you get done with this course, of course. And it's really phenomenal content, but I'll just show you how we can use this, even this in a free trial, to create some really incredible SEO content using this website. Okay, so you can go into any website, copy it. This is Towing Austin Pros. I had my car towed last year purposefully. The engine broke down. They treated me really nice, and I just thought I'd do a little. I thought I'd use them as an example. So you can go in, you can enter them in the domain search, and it will give you tons of information about this website. You see, it does about 1,000 searches a month, has an authority score of 35. That's essentially like how much authority Google puts on this search website, like how reputable Google sees it. Companies like New York Times, Forbes, they'll have higher. Companies that just got started will have lower, typically in the high single digit, low teens. 35 is pretty understandable for a local business. But most importantly, it'll show you its top organic keywords, which means these are the search terms that people type into Google in order to find this website. So often, people aren't going to know towingaustinpros.com. They're not going to search it, the URL. They're going to search for something like Austin Towing, cheap tow truck, Austin Towing Company, tow truck Austin, Towing Austin Pros. So that is the URL. Towing Austin, Texas, cheap tow truck. And we can go into ChatGPT, like let's say we're creating a towing company and we want to compete for these search terms. We could say, write me a landing page for a towing business in Austin that offers cheap tows, car lockout services, off-road towing, accident towing, and gas delivery. The name of the business is Cheap Tow Bros Austin. And then you can say optimize it for the following keywords, which means it will include these keywords a lot within the copy. So let's say, for example, you're trying to optimize for cheap towing. It will use cheap towing a lot in its verbiage. So that way, when people search for cheap towing, Google is able to read your landing page, know your website offers cheap towing, and offer it as a result to the end consumer who would then become your customer. Um, just a few more things I'm going to point out on this website. I so recommend their beginner's course, but I'll just run you through some basic tips. It shows you what each keyword, how much of the traffic of the website it represents. So Austin Towing, when someone types in Austin Towing, that represents 25% of the traffic to their website. They get 1.9 thousand. They've gotten 1.9 thousand searches this month, and that term has a keyword difficulty of 41. Keyword difficulty is scored on a scale of 1 to 100. So something like big brand names or really competitive things like tents, camping tents, engagement rings, running shoes, basketballs, where there's just a huge market that already exists for these things. They'll have really high keyword difficulties, typically in the 80s, 90s, and up to 100 for something like Adidas or Coca-Cola. And then lower terms that are either a little more regionally specific or a little longer will typically have a lower keyword difficulty, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then things under 10, these are terms either like complete queries or things that just came out. And so they'll have a lower difficulty score. They'll be easier to rank. So you see Austin Towing, they rank, this is their position, they rank second. Cheap tow trucks, they rank 10th. They do a lot more searches, a lot higher traffic percentage off of this rank than this one. And so we're going to go back here. We're going to say optimize it for the following keywords. These are the keywords that they're already ranking for, but maybe want to climb in the rankings because they are not ranked number one for any of these. Or if we're starting a company and we're trying to poach some of their keywords, it would make sense to compete for the ones that are already driving traffic to their website. I like to put these in parentheses. You don't necessarily have to, but I do think it it helps prevent just it getting confused. It probably wouldn't be a problem for some of these keywords, but sometimes it'll blend together and it'll just create kind of a wonky result. Landing pages, especially if you're just optimizing it for SEO content, you wanted 1,000 words. So a landing page, this would take you hours to write. I have written a lot of landing pages by hand, and it's a pain. And the problem with a lot of these landing pages, especially for service-based businesses like towing, it's not even really about people reading it. It's about Google reading it. It's about including all these keywords so that Google can correctly index your site and offer it to people whenever they are searching for something related to towing. So as I showed you, I said cheap tows, car lockout, off-road, accident, and gas delivery. It's putting here, cheap tows. When you need a tow on a budget, we've got you covered. Our cheap towing services are affordable and reliable, ensuring that you get the help you need at a price that won't break the bank. Car lockout services. Locked out of your car and need help getting back in? Our team can quickly and safely unlock your car, getting you back on the road in no time. Off-road towing. Stuck in the mud or off the beaten path? No problem. Our off-road towing services are designed to get you out of any tough situation. Something that's so cool is if you tell it to write a if you tell it to write a landing page for you, it will make up customer referrals, because customer referrals are really key to any landing page and are really, really powerful. Um, and so it will make up customer referrals. I recommend taking these customer referrals out and putting in a real customer referral, even if you're able to offer the service cheaply to a friend or a colleague, just to get some good, just to get some word of mouth generated, and not actually make up and lie about a customer referral. Uh, Contact us today to learn more about services and get a quote. We look forward to serving you. Ends with a call to action. This is genuinely such a strong 1,000-word landing page with SEO optimized content that um, ChatGPT was able to create within, I mean, I walked you through this whole thing in just 10 minutes. And so you could create landing page after landing page after landing page very, very quickly, produce real value. Just for reference, people that create SEO copywriting content, and usually it's more for landing pages, they're charging anywhere from 10 to 20 cents per word. So this landing page, which is 1,000 words, you could very reasonably sell for $100 to $200. And so you were able to create $100 to $200 worth of value in 10 minutes. You multiply that by multiple clients, very quickly you have a real business that's creating a real wage. These landing pages are so exciting, especially for the world of sales copy. I recommend getting really familiar with SEO if you want to be a professional within ChatGPT. There are some things outside of ChatGPT, of course, you have to learn, but ChatGPT is going to be your source of truth for everything. All right, looking forward to the next video.